Welcome back to our Big Coins dealer, where we dive into the fascinating world of coins worth big money. Today, we'll be exploring a coin that might just make your heart race if you happen to find one in your collection or pocket change: the 1987 Jefferson nickel. You heard it right. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin could potentially be worth as much as $1 million to the right collector. So let's dive in and discover what makes this coin so valuable, the history behind it, and how you can identify one of these rare gems. Let's start with a bit of background on the 1987 Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring a profile of the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, on the front and his historic home, Monticello, on the back. Over the years, various changes and updates have been made to the design and metal composition of this coin. While most Jefferson nickels are valuable only for their face value or a small collector premium, certain rare errors or highly graded versions can be worth much more. The first key element we need to understand is why a specific 1987 Jefferson nickel might command a price as high as $1 million. Generally, there are two main factors that drive coin value: rarity and condition. Let's start with rarity. In 1987, millions of Jefferson nickels were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the D mint mark indicating that it was struck at the Denver mint. However, among these millions, a few rare errors or variations were produced. These types of errors are what collectors and coin enthusiasts look for. They add a level of uniqueness and scarcity that can skyrocket the value of an otherwise common coin. In the case of the 1987 Jefferson nickel, it's these rare error coins that can be worth a small fortune. One of the most notable error types in the 1987 Jefferson nickel is a double die error. This type of error occurs when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly, creating a doubling effect. If you have a 1987 nickel, take a closer look at the lettering on both the front and back of the coin. Look especially at the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the front, as well as Monticello and 5 cents on the reverse. Doubling in these areas can make a massive difference in value. Collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for a well-defined double die because it's not just a minting error, it's a piece of minting history. Another type of error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the die during the minting process, resulting in a coin where the design appears shifted or partially missing. The degree of off-center strike can impact its value. Coins with a more pronounced off-center strike are typically worth more. An off-center 1987 Jefferson nickel could be especially valuable if the error is dramatic and a large portion of the design is shifted. Apart from these error types, the condition of the coin is a huge factor in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the closer the coin is to perfect, with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. For coins to reach a value close to $1 million, they need to be in the highest grades possible, such as MS68 or MS69, which stand for mint state, and are nearly flawless. Finding a 1987 Jefferson nickel in such pristine condition is extremely rare, making it highly valuable. That's why, if you suspect you have a valuable 1987 nickel, it's important to handle it with care, ideally only by the edges, and consider having it professionally graded. So, if you happen to come across a 1987 Jefferson nickel, here's what you should do. First, examine the coin carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of doubling on the lettering or an off-center strike. If you notice any of these unique characteristics, that's a good indicator that your coin may have significant value. Next, check the coin's condition. The fewer the scratches and the more original the luster, the better. Finally, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, to have it officially graded and authenticated. This can increase its value and make it easier to sell if you decide to part with it. Now you may be wondering, where can you sell a coin like this if it turns out to be valuable? There are several options for selling rare and high-value coins. You could try auction sites like eBay, where many collectors search for rare finds. However, for high-value coins, specialized coin auctions, either in person or online, are often the best route, as they attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. Reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers regularly handle valuable coins, and their expertise can help you get the best possible price. In conclusion, while the average 1987 Jefferson nickel may not be worth more than its face value, there are rare variations of this coin that can indeed be worth a life-changing amount. The key to unlocking this value lies in the rarity, condition, and type of error on the coin. With patience, careful examination, and professional grading, a lucky find could turn a 5-cent piece into a potential fortune. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of valuable Jefferson nickels. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and currency worth big money, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future videos. We have an exciting topic for all coin collectors and enthusiasts out there. We're diving into a coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now, worth a staggering $1.1 million. Yes, we're talking about the 1998 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin that has gained legendary status in the numismatic community. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might find yourself on the hunt for one of these valuable nickels. Let's start with a bit of background on the Jefferson nickel series. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and quickly became a staple of American currency. Its design features an image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and Monticello, his iconic Virginia estate, on the reverse. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel has gone through some design changes, but the 1998 P nickel still retained that classic look and holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. So, why is the 1998 P Jefferson nickel so valuable today? To answer that, we need to dive into a few important details that make this coin a highly sought-after collectible. There are a few key characteristics that separate the valuable 1998 P nickels from the rest, so let's break them down. First and foremost, let's talk about mint marks. The P on this nickel stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this particular version was produced. In 1998, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Jefferson nickels, which may make you wonder, why is this particular coin so rare? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and a few other unique factors. One of the main things that sets these valuable 1998 P nickels apart is their pristine condition. Collectors and appraisers place an enormous amount of importance on the coin's grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. For the 1998 P nickel to be worth $1 million, it needs to be in top-notch condition, preferably in mint state condition with a grade of MS 67 or higher. These coins are almost flawless and show no signs of wear, making them extremely rare and valuable. Now, you might be asking, why would a seemingly common coin like the 1998 P nickel be so rare in high grades? The answer comes down to the fact that most of these coins entered circulation and were used in everyday transactions. Over time, they became worn and damaged, which makes finding a pristine example incredibly difficult. This rarity factor, combined with demand from collectors, has caused the value of high-grade 1998 P nickels to skyrocket. Another important aspect that contributes to the high value of the 1998 P Jefferson nickel is the growing interest among collectors in modern coins. Historically, rare and valuable coins were often those from the 1800s or early 1900s, but in recent years, there has been a surge of interest in coins from the late 20th century. Collectors are now realizing the potential value of modern coins, especially those in pristine condition with low mintages or unique characteristics. The 1998 P nickel fits this trend perfectly. Let's also touch on some of the unique errors and varieties that can add extra value to certain 1998 P Jefferson nickels. Some coins from this year have unique errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, which make them even more desirable to collectors. While not every high-value 1998 P nickel will have errors, those that do tend to fetch an even higher price at auction. If you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error in mint condition, you could be looking at an even greater return on your find. As we've mentioned, the $1.1 million value is generally reserved for the highest grade examples, often verified by grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations authenticate and grade coins, giving collectors confidence in their value and authenticity. If you ever come across a 1998 P. Jefferson nickel that looks pristine, consider having it graded by a professional service. It could make a significant difference in its market value. Now, let's talk about where you might actually find one of these valuable coins. While it's rare to find a high-grade 1998 P nickel in circulation, it's not impossible. Many collectors hunt for valuable coins by searching through rolls of nickels from banks or even checking their pocket change. Estate sales, auctions, and coin dealers can also be great places to find coins in higher grades. If you're serious about coin collecting, it's worth keeping an eye out for these nickels whenever you come across old coin rolls or collections. Lastly, let's discuss the selling process if you do happen to come across one of these high-value 1998 P. Jefferson nickels. If you believe you have a valuable nickel, your first step should be to have it professionally graded and authenticated. Once you have a certified grade, you'll have a much clearer idea of its value. You can then choose to sell it through an auction, a coin dealer, or an online platform for collectibles. High-grade coins often perform well at auction, where competitive bidding can drive up the final selling price. Keep in mind that selling a valuable coin can take time, as collectors and investors are always on the lookout for the best possible deal. So there you have it. The 1998 P. Jefferson nickel may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but for those who know what to look for, it holds the potential for a life-changing discovery. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just curious about what treasures might be hiding in your loose change, the 1998 P. Jefferson nickel is definitely a coin worth hunting for. Remember to keep checking your change, because you never know when you might come across one of these incredible finds. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content on valuable coins and collectibles. If you're passionate about coins, looking for that big find, or just interested in what's out there, this is the place for you. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that could potentially change everything for a lucky collector out there. We're going to discuss the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that might not look like much at first glance but is worth an astounding $1.2 million on the rare coin market. Yes, you heard that right. This everyday nickel, with a mint mark from Denver, could be worth over $1 million. So let's break down what makes this coin so special, why collectors are so eager to get their hands on it, and what you need to know if you want to find one of these hidden treasures yourself. First, let's start with the basics. The 1992 D. Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the coin. While millions of Jefferson nickels were produced every year, only a tiny fraction of these coins had the rare features that make them so valuable today. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938 and has been a staple in American currency ever since. However, as any coin collector knows, not all coins are created equal, and some stand out due to unique characteristics or rare minting errors. So what makes the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel so incredibly valuable? This coin's value skyrockets due to two major factors: rarity and condition. Let's start with rarity. Some coins from this batch have an exceptionally low mintage due to a unique error that occurred during the minting process. As a result, only a few of these special nickels entered circulation. Now, it's important to note that rarity alone isn't the only factor that gives a coin its value. The specific minting error found in some of these 1992 D nickels is highly sought after by collectors. The error we're talking about is known as a double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the die during the minting process. The double strike results in a subtle yet distinctive doubling of certain features on the coin, such as Jefferson's profile, the lettering, or even the D mint mark itself. If you happen to come across a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with this double die error, you could be holding on to something worth a fortune. Now, let's talk about condition. Collectors and numismatists pay close attention to a coin's condition, or its grade, which is determined by how well preserved it is. Coins in mint or near mint condition, with minimal wear and clear details, command the highest prices. A 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with the double die error in near perfect condition could easily be valued at $1.2 million or more due to its rarity and demand among collectors. Grading agencies like the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, assess coins and assign a grade that ultimately influences their value. A top-grade double-die 1992 D. Jefferson nickel is truly a collector's dream. So, what should you look for if you want to find one of these valuable coins? Start by closely examining any 1992 D. Jefferson nickels you may come across, especially if you have any stored away in old coin rolls, piggy banks, or inherited collections. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details, particularly around Jefferson's profile, the lettering, and the mint mark. If you notice any signs of doubling, especially around the D mint mark, you might have struck gold. If you think you've found a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with the double die error, your next step should be to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable agency like PCGS or NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They can provide you with an accurate assessment of your coin's grade and help confirm its rarity. If your coin meets all the criteria, it could potentially be worth $1.2 million or even more, depending on its grade and the demand in the collector's market at the time. Now, you might be wondering, who is buying these coins, and why would anyone pay such a high price for a nickel? The answer lies in the passion and dedication of coin collectors and investors. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces to add to their collections, and some are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. High-grade error coins like the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel are seen as investment pieces, with the potential to appreciate in value over time. For some collectors, owning one of these coins is a symbol of their expertise and dedication to the hobby, while for others, it's a long-term investment with the potential for big returns. But even if you don't come across a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel yourself, there's a lot to learn from this story. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and valuable coins can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. By learning about rare coins and keeping an eye out for unique features, you increase your chances of finding something truly valuable. Remember, every coin has a story, and some of these stories are worth millions. If you're new to coin collecting, consider starting with coins from your own pocket change or by visiting local coin shops, coin shows, and online marketplaces. Take the time to learn about different minting errors, rare dates, and high-grade coins, as this knowledge can help guide your collecting journey and possibly lead you to a valuable find of your own. In conclusion, the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with a double die error is a fantastic example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a prized possession worth over $1 million. It's a reminder that there's still treasure to be found if you know what to look for. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for those hidden gems in your collection. We're talking about an extraordinary find, the 2021 D. Mintmark Jefferson nickel coin, which has been making waves in the collector market. Believe it or not, certain coins from this series are rumored to be worth as much as $1.3 million. That's right, over $1 million for a modern-day nickel. So, if you have a 2021 D. Jefferson nickel, this video is for you. Let's explore what makes these coins so valuable, how you can identify one, and what factors influence their price. Before we get into the unique features of this 2021 D. nickel, let's quickly cover some background on the Jefferson nickel series. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel. Named after Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, the design has featured his portrait on the obverse and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. Throughout the years, this nickel has undergone a few changes, but one thing has remained constant: its appeal among collectors. Now let's focus on the 2021 D. Mintmark Jefferson nickel. These coins were minted in Denver, which is what the D stands for. Most coins in circulation from recent years are worth their face value, but what sets this one apart are a few rare varieties and errors that can turn an ordinary nickel into a small fortune. What are some of the most important things to look for on a 2021 D. Jefferson nickel that could make it worth thousands or even millions of dollars? The first and most valuable feature to look for is any major minting error. Errors can include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or dramatic die cracks that stand out clearly on the surface of the coin. Collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for these types of errors, especially when they're as dramatic as some of those found on the 2021 D nickel. Another key error that's incredibly valuable is a doubled die. If you notice doubling in areas like the date or lettering on the coin, it might be worth having it evaluated by a professional. Doubled die errors are highly sought after and can fetch astonishing prices. In addition to errors, the coin's condition plays a major role in its value. Grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation provide official grades for coins, with the scale ranging from poor to mint state. A high-grade 2021 D. Jefferson nickel in mint state condition can command a significant premium. To give you some perspective, coins graded at MS 65 or above are typically worth far more than those in circulated condition. But beyond errors and condition, why else would collectors be so interested in the 2021 D. Jefferson nickel? It comes down to demand and rarity. Many collectors look for high-quality examples of each year's coins, and in some cases, specific coins from a recent minting year can become unexpectedly rare. If there's an unusually low survival rate for high-grade specimens, demand skyrockets, and so does the price. Now, let's talk about a real-world example of the 2021 D. Jefferson nickel and its journey to becoming $1 million coin. There have been reports in the coin community of a few ultra-rare 2021 D nickels with minting errors that are so unique, they've been appraised for up to $1.3 million. This staggering value is attributed to a combination of factors: the rarity of the error, the coin's pristine condition, and a high demand among collectors who are eager to own one of the few known examples of these error coins. Although these finds are rare, it's worth checking your pocket change and recent coin rolls. Who knows? You might just come across a rare and valuable treasure. If you think you have a valuable 2021 D. Jefferson nickel, what should you do next? First, handle it carefully. Use gloves if possible, as oils and dirt from your fingers can damage the coin's surface, reducing its value. If you're fairly certain it has an error or is in great condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service for an official evaluation. While grading can be an investment, the potential return on a high-value coin can make it more than worth the cost. Many collectors and dealers trust only certified coins for high-value transactions, so having it graded is an important step. Once your coin is graded, you can explore your options for selling it. Many collectors and dealers are interested in rare error coins, and platforms like online auction sites, coin auctions, and coin shows are great places to connect with potential buyers. Some of these platforms have seen multi-million-dollar sales for rare and valuable coins, so the sky's the limit when it comes to finding the right buyer. Remember, however, that if you're hoping for a high price, it's essential to market the coin properly and attract the right audience. In summary, the 2021 D. Mintmark Jefferson nickel is an extraordinary coin with the potential for significant value. Key factors like minting errors, high-grade condition, and collector demand all contribute to the coin's worth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby, it's worth keeping an eye out for any rare nickels in your collection or pocket change. Imagine turning a 5-cent piece into $1 million windfall. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the incredible value hidden within the 2021 D. Jefferson nickel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest finds in the world of coin collecting. We're discussing an exciting coin that has gained a lot of attention in the collector community, the 1999 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that some believe could be worth up to $1.4 million. That's right, a single nickel that could be life-changing if you have the right one. To fully understand why a 1999 D. Jefferson nickel could reach such a high value, let's break down what makes this coin so unique and valuable. We'll look at its background, key features, mint errors that might be present, and exactly what collectors are looking for. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. Introduced in 1938, The Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel has remained a popular coin in American currency. But in 1999, a few factors came together to create an especially valuable nickel for collectors. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, produced millions of Jefferson nickels in 1999. However, only a few special coins from this batch have caught the eye of collectors. It's these few unique coins that make the 1999 D nickel such a fascinating subject for coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters alike. So what sets these valuable nickels apart from others? The first key factor that drives up the value of certain 1999 D nickels is their condition. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, often described as mint state, or MS. A coin's mint state grade ranges from MS60, which is the entry level of uncirculated condition, all the way up to MS70, which is considered perfect and flawless under magnification. For a 1999 D Jefferson nickel to reach values as high as $1.4 million, it would need to be in an exceptionally high grade, possibly MS68 or above. These high-grade coins are rare because few nickels from everyday circulation are preserved in such immaculate condition. But condition alone doesn't explain the full story behind the value of these coins. Many of the high-value 1999 D nickels also exhibit specific mint errors or unique characteristics. Mint errors are mistakes that occur during the production process, and collectors prize these because they make the coin unique. Examples of these errors include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and improperly placed mint marks. Each of these errors can make a coin stand out and significantly increase its value. One of the most desirable errors on the 1999 D Jefferson nickel is the double die. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice by the die, causing parts of the image or lettering to appear doubled. On a 1999 D nickel, this doubling can sometimes be seen on Jefferson's face or on the lettering around the edges. The doubling is subtle, so you may need a magnifying glass or even a microscope to spot it, but if you find one, it could make your coin substantially more valuable. Another error that collectors look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the die during the striking process, resulting in part of the design being cut off. Off-center strikes can vary in degrees of misalignment, and the more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. An off-center 1999 D nickel with significant misalignment could attract serious offers from collectors. Other mint errors, like die cracks and misplaced mint marks, can also add to the value. Die cracks are lines that appear on the coin's surface due to cracks in the die, and they're especially valued when they occur in unique patterns. Misplaced mint marks, though rare, are another feature that can make a coin stand out and raise its value. Now, let's talk about market demand. Demand is a huge factor in determining a coin's value, and the 1999 D Jefferson nickel is no exception. In recent years, the market for error coins and high-grade Jefferson nickels has been growing. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay large sums for coins that are both rare and unique. This demand, combined with the limited number of top-condition and error-filled 1999 D nickels, drives up the price to astonishing levels. So, if you're lucky enough to have a 1999 D Jefferson nickel in your possession, how can you tell if it's worth a fortune? Start by examining its condition. Coins that are shiny, clean, and free of scratches or wear have the highest potential value. If your coin appears to be in mint state, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service. These services assess the coin's condition, authenticate it, and assign it a grade that collectors trust. A high grade from a reputable grading service can significantly increase your coin's value on the market. Next, inspect your coin for possible errors. Use a magnifying glass to look closely at Jefferson's face, the lettering, and the edges of the coin. Check for any signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. If you think you've found an error, you might want to have it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or an error specialist to confirm its authenticity. Once you have a better understanding of your coin's condition and any possible errors, you're ready to explore the market. You can list it at a coin auction or contact a dealer specializing in rare nickels. Keep in mind that rare coins like these tend to draw more interest from serious collectors, so a public auction might be a good route if you want to attract competitive offers. Some auction coins have reached impressive figures, with a few rare specimens fetching hundreds of thousands and even $1 million. In summary, the 1999 Jefferson nickel is a fascinating coin that has the potential to be extremely valuable, especially if it's in pristine condition or features unique mint errors. While finding one valued at $1.4 million is rare, it's not impossible, and coins in high grades with interesting errors can still bring in substantial sums. If you're a coin collector or simply curious about the hidden treasures in your pocket change, keep an eye out for these unique 1999 nickels. Who knows, you might just have a valuable piece of history waiting to be discovered. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and share with anyone who might have one of these nickels hiding in their change jar. We're exploring a coin that might just change your life. If you happen to have a 1992 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. We're talking up to $1.5 million. That's right. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece could be worth $1 million if it has the right characteristics. Now you might be wondering how this is even possible. Well, stick around because we're going to explore exactly what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and why collectors are willing to pay such big bucks to get their hands on one. First, let's get into some background. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, and the design was created by Felix Schlag. The front side, or the obverse, features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The reverse side shows his iconic home, Monticello. Over the years, the design has seen a few minor changes, but the classic look has mostly stayed the same. The 1992 P. Jefferson nickel, in particular, doesn't look too different from others you might find in your pocket change, but there are a few crucial details that make it exceptionally valuable. Now, the first thing you want to check for is the P mint mark, which indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia. The mint mark on a 1992 Jefferson nickel can be found on the obverse side, right above the year. But simply having a P mint mark is not enough to make it valuable. What you're really looking for is a coin in pristine condition, known as mint state. When a coin is in mint state, it means it has been preserved in near perfect condition without any significant scratches or wear. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything, and even a tiny scratch can impact a coin's value. So, how does a 1992 Jefferson nickel in mint condition reach such high values? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, demand, and grading. First, 1992 Jefferson nickels with the P mint mark in mint state are rare, especially as the years go by. Most coins in circulation get worn down over time, making it incredibly difficult to find one in perfect condition today. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins in mint state because they're like little time capsules. They show us exactly what the coin looked like the day it was minted. Next, let's talk about grading, which is one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. Professional coin grading services, like the PCGS or NGC, use a 70-point scale to evaluate a coin's condition. A higher grade means the coin is closer to perfection, and only a handful of coins ever receive a perfect grade of MS-70. For 1992 P. Jefferson nickels, grades like MS-67, MS-68, or higher are extremely valuable. The closer your coin is to this perfect state, the more it could be worth. But there's more to it than just a high grade. Some of the rarest 1992 P. nickels also have errors or unique characteristics that make them even more desirable. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. For example, a die might be misaligned, causing a double image, or a planchet might be improperly prepared, resulting in an unusual texture or strike. These unique quirks are like a fingerprint, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that stand out in this way. Now, let's talk about the big numbers. Recently, some 1992 P. Jefferson nickels in mint state have sold at auction for hundreds of thousands, and even over $1 million in rare cases. So, if you have a 1992 Jefferson nickel with a PE mint mark and it looks to be in excellent condition, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Even if it doesn't reach the full 1.5 million, a high-grade example could still be worth a substantial amount. Wondering where to start if you think you have one of these rare coins? The first step is to handle it carefully. You don't want any scratches or damage that could reduce its grade. Use cotton gloves when handling it, and avoid touching the surface directly. Place the coin in a protective case and consider reaching out to a trusted grading service. They can assess its condition, check for any rare characteristics, and assign it a grade. So, there you have it, the 1992 P. Jefferson nickel that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Imagine finding this coin in your collection, getting it graded, and discovering it's worth close to $1.5 million. It's the stuff of dreams for coin collectors and treasure hunters alike. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket change, be sure to like and subscribe. We cover some of the most exciting coins in circulation, and you never know, the next coin we talk about could be the one sitting in your pocket right now. We're diving deep into a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting, the 1989 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that's surprising collectors and appraisers with its increasing market value. Believe it or not, some collectors are seeing these coins valued as high as $1.5 million. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves a fascinating story, this episode is for you. Now you might be wondering, what exactly makes a 1989 D. Jefferson nickel so valuable? After all, we're talking about a coin that many people still come across in pocket change or old collections. But in the world of rare coins, value often hinges on factors like rarity, demand, and, in this case, unique errors or design elements. Today, we're going to go through everything that sets this coin apart, the features you should look for, and why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for certain examples of this coin. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the history behind the 1989 D. Jefferson nickel. This nickel was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the D mint mark. 1989 was a year without major design changes for the Jefferson nickel, and by itself, a regular 1989 D nickel wouldn't hold a high collector value. However, certain variations in quality and condition, as well as errors on some of these coins, have set specific examples apart, making them valuable pieces for serious collectors. One key factor in the high value of some 1989 D. Jefferson nickels is something known as mint errors. Mint errors are unintentional mistakes that occur during the coin's production process. These can include things like off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors, where the metal disc used to create the coin has some kind of flaw. Coins with dramatic or noticeable errors tend to attract collectors who are willing to pay more for these rare variations. In the case of the 1989 D nickel, one of the most sought-after errors is a striking error where parts of the coin design may appear doubled or where there's an unusual texture or outline on the coin's surface. Another element that can increase the value of a 1989 D. Jefferson nickel is its condition. In coin grading, condition is everything. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins in what's called mint state condition, meaning they're in nearly flawless condition with no visible signs of wear. Even tiny scratches or discoloration can significantly decrease a coin's value. So, if you happen to have a 1989 D. Jefferson nickel that looks like it just came off the minting press, without any handling marks, scratches, or damage, you may have a highly valuable piece on your hands. For rare coins like these, collectors often send them to be professionally graded by coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. These organizations provide an official grade for the coin's quality, and they encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder. A high-grade 1989 D. Jefferson nickel could attract major interest from buyers, especially if it has a rare error or is in pristine condition. Grading can be a valuable investment for anyone hoping to sell their coin at a premium price since the official grade provides verification of the coin's value and authenticity. You may also be wondering where you might find a 1989 D. Jefferson nickel worth $1.5 million. While these coins have shown up at auctions and in private sales, it's important to remember that the $1.5 million valuation typically applies to coins with a perfect storm of rare features, such as mint state condition, a dramatic error, and certification from a reputable grading service. However, there are many examples of the 1989 D nickel fetching impressive prices, even if they don't reach that $1 million mark. Even in lesser conditions, an error-filled or high-grade 1989 D nickel can still be quite valuable and worth more than you might expect. Now, let's talk about what specific features to look for if you come across a 1989 D nickel. Start by inspecting the coin's surface for any irregularities. This could include doubling on the lettering, unusual patterns on Jefferson's portrait, or distortions around the edge of the coin. If you have a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, use it to get a closer look at the details. Pay close attention to the areas around the D mint mark, as sometimes errors occur around or even on the mint mark itself. Another tip is to compare your 1989 D nickel with other nickels from the same year. This can help you spot subtle differences or flaws that may indicate an error. If you think you have an unusual example, consider consulting with a professional numismatist or sending your coin to be graded. Even small irregularities can be significant, so don't overlook any detail. One last tip for collectors: be cautious of counterfeits. While counterfeiting is more common with higher denomination coins, valuable nickels can also be a target. If you're looking to purchase a rare 1989 D nickel, always buy from reputable sources or have an expert inspect the coin before you make a significant investment. So, there you have it. The fascinating story behind the 1989 D Jefferson nickel and why certain examples of this coin are worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into coin collecting, it's always exciting to learn about hidden treasures like these. Who knows? You might even have one of these valuable nickels sitting in your own collection right now. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more coin collecting insights, rare coin spotlights, and valuable tips on how to grow your collection. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Welcome back to the Big Coins Dealer. Today, we're diving into an incredibly exciting topic for all the coin collectors and treasure hunters out there. We're talking about the 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel and why this little coin could be worth a massive amount of money, potentially up to $1.6 million. So, if you're looking for a hidden fortune, you might want to check your change for this special nickel. Stay tuned as we go over its fascinating history, why it's so valuable, and exactly what you should be looking for. Let's start with a little background. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The design, which features Thomas Jefferson on the front and his Monticello home on the back, was chosen after a national competition. The Jefferson nickel quickly became a staple of American currency, and has remained in circulation ever since with only a few design changes over the decades. The 1964 Jefferson nickel, however, holds a special place in history, and for some lucky collectors, it's now worth a small fortune. So why is the 1964 nickel so special? For starters, 1964 was a significant year for U.S. coinage. In the early 1960s, there was a major coin shortage in the United States, especially for nickels and other small change. To address this, the U.S. Mint increased production dramatically, and in 1964 alone, they produced over 1 billion nickels. That means there were a lot of these coins made. However, within this massive production run, a few rare and valuable variations slipped through the cracks, including the highly sought-after 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be wondering, what does no-mint mark mean, and why does it make a difference? Coins are often marked with a small letter or symbol indicating where they were produced. For example, coins from the Denver Mint are marked with a D, while those from San Francisco have an S. In 1964, however, both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced nickels without any mint mark. So, if your nickel has no mint mark, that means it was likely made in Philadelphia. But not every 1964 nickel is valuable. The high value applies to only a few rare versions of this coin. So, let's get into the details of what makes a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel worth so much. First, it's important to understand that these valuable nickels are graded and assessed by professionals, who look at their condition, rarity, and other factors. The most valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels are in pristine, uncirculated condition and have been certified by coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC with a high grade, meaning they are nearly perfect. One of the highest grades a coin can achieve is MS68, and coins of this grade are exceptionally rare. So, if you find a 1964 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel that's been graded MS68, or even higher, it could fetch an astronomical price at auction, with some coins reaching up to $1.60 million. But condition isn't the only factor. There are other special varieties of the 1964 nickel that make them highly valuable. Some of these coins display what's known as a full steps designation. This means that on the reverse of the coin, the steps leading up to Monticello, Jefferson's home, are fully visible and sharply struck. Because of the high production volume, it was very difficult to strike each coin with enough precision to show the full steps. So, a 1964 no-mint marked nickel with a clear full steps designation in top condition is extremely rare and highly desirable to collectors. Now, you might be asking, how do I find out if my 1964 nickel is valuable? First, take a close look at the coin under good lighting or even use a magnifying glass. If you see no mint mark under the date, that's a good sign. Then, check the condition of the coin. If it looks uncirculated or almost untouched, it's worth looking into further. For more detailed information, you might consider taking the coin to a professional coin dealer or sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official assessment. They can determine if your coin has the full steps designation or other valuable qualities that could make it worth big money. The rarity and value of the 1964 Jefferson nickel have made it a popular target for coin collectors and auction houses around the world. When these rare coins appear at auctions, the bidding can get intense, as serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add this special piece to their collection. In fact, a top-grade 1964 no-mint marked nickel with full steps could even end up setting record prices at auction, given its scarcity and demand. For anyone with a passion for coin collecting or just a bit of curiosity about rare coins, the 1964 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel represents an incredible piece of history and a potential gold mine. If you happen to have one of these coins in excellent condition, it might be time to have it appraised. Who knows, you could be sitting on a treasure worth over $1 million. So, there you have it, the fascinating story behind the 1964 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel. It's amazing how a small coin in your pocket could hold so much history and be worth so much money. We're going to talk about a coin that's capturing the attention of collectors everywhere, the 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, which has been spotted in the market at an incredible value of up to $1.70 million. If you're a coin collector or simply love finding hidden treasures, this is a video you won't want to miss. Let's dive into why the 1973 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel has reached such an astounding value, what makes it so special, and how you could potentially spot one yourself. First, let's discuss what a no-mint mark coin is and why it can make a coin so valuable. Most coins produced in the United States carry a small letter indicating the mint where they were made. Common mint marks include a D for the Denver Mint, an S for the San Francisco Mint, and a P for the Philadelphia Mint. However, coins produced in Philadelphia often don't carry a mint mark, making them known as no mint mark coins. This means a 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. So, what exactly sets the 1973 no mint marked Jefferson nickel apart from other nickels made that year? To understand its rarity, we need to take a quick look at how coins were made in the 1970s. During this period, most Jefferson nickels were mass-produced and widely circulated. But as with any large-scale minting process, there were occasional misprints, unique errors, and rare variations that slipped through. These errors often went unnoticed at the time but are now highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and uniqueness. For the 1973 Jefferson nickel, it's not just the lack of a mint mark that's intriguing. There are certain rare errors and variations that make specific coins incredibly valuable. Some of the most valuable 1973 no-mint marked Jefferson nickels are known to have striking errors. This could include off-center strikes, double-die errors, or even coins with visible flaws in the design or lettering. These imperfections make the coin unique and contribute to its rarity, which drives up its market value significantly. Another key factor that determines the value of a 1973 Jefferson nickel is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70, with mint state 70 being the highest possible grade for a coin in perfect condition. For a coin like the 1973 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel to reach the $1 million mark, it must be in top condition. Coins that have remained in pristine condition for decades are incredibly rare and highly valuable. Even slight wear, scratches, or discoloration can lower the value significantly. Now, you may be wondering if it's possible to find one of these valuable nickels in circulation today. While it's rare, it's not entirely impossible. Many collectors have found valuable coins in pocket change or coin rolls. If you come across a 1973 Jefferson nickel, carefully examine it for any unique features, minting errors, or signs of high-grade condition. Keep an eye out for any doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual details. Even a minor minting error can raise its value. So, why has this particular Jefferson nickel reached such an extraordinary market value of $1.7 million? The answer lies in a combination of its rarity, demand among collectors, and the condition of the coin. Serious collectors are willing to pay a premium for rare finds, especially those that are in near-perfect condition. As more collectors become aware of these rare coins, competition increases, and prices go up. Let's talk briefly about the history of the Jefferson nickel and why it remains so popular with collectors. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and has since become a staple of American currency. The design, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the back, has remained largely unchanged, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Many collectors enjoy finding different versions of Jefferson nickels, including rare dates, mint marks, and variations like the 1973 no-mint mark. The thrill of finding rare coins has only grown over the years, and many people see collecting as both a hobby and an investment. Rare coins like the 1973 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel hold historical significance and provide a tangible connection to the past. Plus, the potential to discover a coin worth millions adds an exciting layer of possibility. If you have a 1973 Jefferson nickel in your collection, or if you come across one, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading can help determine the coin's exact condition and give you a better understanding of its market value. A high-grade 1973 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel could be worth far more than you might expect. In summary, the 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is a remarkable piece of American coinage, with some examples valued as high as $1.7 million. Its value is driven by its rarity, possible minting errors, and the demand from collectors for high-grade examples. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about valuable coins, keep an eye out for this special nickel. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a hidden treasure worth a fortune. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more insights into the world of valuable coins. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a coin that could potentially be worth a fortune. We're talking about the 1982 Jefferson nickel with the Denver mint mark, or as collectors know it, the 1982 Jefferson nickel. Yes, you heard that right. This 5-cent coin could be valued as high as $1.8 million in certain cases. So, what makes this nickel so special? Why would a coin that was just a standard part of pocket change in the 1980s suddenly be so valuable? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and specific details unique to the 1982 Jefferson nickel that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Let's break down everything you need to know to understand why these coins are worth so much and how you might find one. First, a little bit of background on the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and featured a design created by sculptor Felix Schlag. On the front, or obverse, of the coin, we see the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The reverse side shows his famous Virginia home, Monticello. This design stayed relatively consistent over the years, but small changes and minting quirks have created rare versions that collectors seek out. Now, let's talk about the year 1982 specifically. That year, the U.S. Mint was making adjustments to the composition of coins because of rising metal costs. Although nickels were not affected in composition changes as drastically as pennies were, certain adjustments in production, quality control, and even the minting process itself led to variations that can make certain 1982 nickels exceptionally valuable today. One of the key factors in the high value of the 1982 D. Jefferson nickel is its condition. Most circulated coins, as you'd expect, have signs of wear and tear. However, some 1982 D. Jefferson nickels managed to stay in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that are rated in the highest conditions, often labeled as mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services, are the ones that attract the highest prices. In fact, the record-setting 1982 D. Jefferson nickel in pristine mint state condition went for an incredible $1.8 million at auction. That's right, a simple nickel reaching the price of a luxury house. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1982 D nickels? First, check the obverse side for a small D under the ear. This D signifies that the coin was minted in Denver, one of the main U.S. mint facilities. Next, examine the condition. If the coin shows no signs of heavy wear, it could be worth having it professionally graded. A professional grading service can give you an accurate idea of its condition on the mint state scale, which ranges from MS60, which is uncirculated but with minor flaws, up to MS70, which is a perfect coin with no visible imperfections even under magnification. Another aspect that makes some 1982 D. Jefferson nickels so valuable is the possibility of minting errors. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks add to the coin's uniqueness and desirability among collectors. Minting errors occur when there is a mistake in the process, and these anomalies can increase the coin's value significantly. If you think you have a 1982 D. Jefferson nickel with any kind of error, it's definitely worth getting it checked. Finding one of these rare and valuable nickels can seem like finding a needle in a haystack, but it's not impossible. Many collectors recommend looking through old coin rolls or collections passed down from relatives. You never know where one of these rare nickels might be hiding. Additionally, visiting coin shops, estate sales, and even searching online marketplaces can be good ways to find these coins. But here's a quick tip: if you're serious about coin collecting or if you're hoping to find valuable coins like the 1982 D. Jefferson nickel, start by educating yourself on how to spot rare coins. Knowing what makes coins valuable and understanding how to identify mint marks, errors, and condition ratings will give you a huge advantage. So, what's the takeaway here? The 1982 D. Jefferson nickel may just be one of those coins that, if found in the right condition or with the right minting error, could bring in a life-changing amount of money. A nickel worth $1.8 million is certainly not your everyday coin, and it serves as a reminder that there's hidden value in unexpected places. For those of you with a love for history, coin collecting offers a way to own a piece of the past, and sometimes, a piece of the future too, if you're fortunate enough to stumble upon one of these rare finds. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting and valuable. Subscribe for more fascinating insights into coins that could be worth a fortune and other valuable collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1982 D. Jefferson nickel or if you plan to start looking for one. We're diving into one of the most exciting finds in the world of coin collecting, the 1989 P. Mintmark Jefferson nickel, a coin that could be worth a staggering $1.9 million if you happen to have one in your collection. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel so special? Isn't it just another regular nickel? Well, not exactly. While the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel might look ordinary to the untrained eye, There's a specific variety of this coin that has been causing waves in the numismatic world and fetching incredible amounts of money. Today, we'll uncover what makes this nickel so rare, why it's worth so much, and how you can check your own coins to see if you might be sitting on a small fortune. Let's start with the basics. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, and it features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, along with Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home on the reverse. This design has become a staple of American currency. However, the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, while part of this long-standing series, has a unique characteristic that sets it apart from other coins minted in the same year. To understand why the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel could be worth $1.9 million, we need to talk about the condition and a rare variety that's been discovered. The key to the high value of these coins lies in a specific era that was made during production. This era coin is a variety known for its high grade and the distinctiveness of its strike. When certain coins are struck by the press, imperfections or flaws can occur that make them unique, and that's where the value skyrockets. A 1989 P. Jefferson nickel with the right combination of characteristics, such as an error on the die or an unintentional doubling of certain features, can become one of the most sought-after coins in the market. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for coins like these, which is why this particular nickel has reached a mind-blowing value of $1.9 million in recent auctions. Now, let's talk about how you can spot one of these rare nickels in your pocket change. The first thing to look for is the overall condition of the coin. A 1989 P. Jefferson nickel that's in near-perfect or mint condition is the kind of coin that catches the attention of professional graders. This means there shouldn't be any major scratches, discoloration, or heavy wear on the coin. You want it to appear as though it's almost brand new, with crisp details on the portrait of Jefferson and Monticello. Next, you'll want to carefully examine the coin for any possible die errors or distinctive features that set it apart from regular 1989 P nickels. This could include things like a doubled die, where certain parts of the coin are double-struck, causing them to appear blurry or shifted. If you spot these anomalies, you might be holding onto a piece that could fetch thousands, or even millions, at auction. If you suspect your 1989 P. Jefferson nickel might be one of these rare coins, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Coin grading is an essential part of determining the coin's true value, and a professional service will evaluate the coin for its condition, authenticity, and rarity. A coin that's graded as a perfect example of the error or variety will see its value skyrocket. It's important to note that not every 1989 P. Jefferson nickel will be worth this much. The value depends on a combination of factors, including the rarity of the coin, its condition, and whether it displays any errors or unique characteristics. But if you happen to find one of these rare varieties, you could be looking at a small fortune sitting in your pocket. So, why are collectors willing to pay such incredible amounts for a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel? The answer lies in the rarity and historical significance of era coins. These coins are often seen as unique pieces of American history, and their scarcity makes them highly desirable to collectors and investors alike. For many, owning a coin like this is not just about the monetary value but also about owning a piece of numismatic history that is as rare as it is valuable. If you've been lucky enough to come across a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, or if you're out searching for one, make sure to check it carefully for any signs of uniqueness. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started in the world of coins, this is one rare find that you don't want to miss. And if you do have one, don't forget to get it professionally graded. It could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope this video has helped you understand why the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel is such an extraordinary coin. As always, stay on the lookout for rare and valuable coins, and who knows, you might just find the next big one. We're diving deep into the world of the 1980 P. Minmark Jefferson nickel. You might think that a nickel is just a nickel, but some rare ones, like the 1980 P, are actually worth a whole lot more than their face value. In fact, certain 1980 P. Jefferson nickels can be worth up to $1 million. Stick around as we uncover the reasons why this coin is so valuable, and how you can spot one in your pocket change. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries the P Mint mark. Now, the standard Jefferson nickel from this year is worth just 5 cents, right? But some of these nickels have specific characteristics that make them rare, and that's where their value comes into play. In fact, over time, certain 1980 P nickels have risen in value due to mistakes made during the minting process or their exceptional condition. What makes the 1980 P Jefferson nickel so special? Well, there are a few things that set it apart from your average nickel. First, let's talk about mintage errors. Like with many rare coins, a small mistake during the production process can drastically increase its value. For example, some 1980 P nickels were struck with a misalignment or incorrect die, creating a unique variety that collectors are eager to find. These coins are extremely rare, and as you may know, rare coins can command a premium price in the market. Another factor contributing to the value is the coin's condition. Coins in uncirculated or gem quality condition are the most sought after. The rarer the condition, the higher the price. Some of these 1980 P Jefferson nickels, in perfect condition, have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Now, let's dig deeper into the specific errors on these 1980 P nickels that can make them worth a small fortune. One of the most famous errors found on the 1980 P Jefferson nickel is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin makes an impression twice, causing the features to appear doubled. If you can spot one of these double die errors, you could be holding a coin worth a significant amount of money. Another important error is the off-center strike. This happens when the nickel is struck by the minting press but doesn't land perfectly in the center of the die, creating a misaligned coin. These off-center nickels can be quite rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. So, how do you spot a valuable 1980 P Jefferson nickel in your pocket change? The first step is to carefully examine the coin. Look for any signs of minting errors such as doubling in the lettering or date. You'll want to check the date closely to ensure it's a true 1980 P coin, as there are some similar looking coins from other years that aren't as valuable. Next, inspect the condition of the coin. Is it well worn with scratches and discoloration, or is it in near perfect condition with minimal wear? A coin in pristine condition is worth more than a heavily circulated one, so always check for those telltale signs of wear and tear. If you think you've found something valuable, it's a good idea to get the coin professionally graded. A certified grading service can help determine its value and whether it's worth getting it sold. If you happen to have a rare 1980 P Jefferson nickel in your collection, you might be wondering how to sell it for the most profit. The best way is to have it appraised and graded by a professional. Once it's graded, you can either sell it through an auction house, a coin dealer, or even online through various platforms. Some collectors have made millions selling rare nickels, and with the right coin, you could be next in line for a big payout. When selling, make sure to check the current market trends. Coin values fluctuate over time, so it's important to stay updated on how much your specific coin might be worth. It's also important to remember that rarity, condition, and demand all factor into the final sale price. Now, you might be wondering, is it too late to cash in on a rare 1980 P Jefferson nickel? The answer is no. As more people start to learn about these valuable coins, their market value could continue to rise. Rare coins like these tend to increase in value over time, especially as they become harder to find. If you're lucky enough to own one, keep it safe and get it graded, as the value could be much higher than you think. Who knows? You might just have a rare gem sitting in your collection that could turn you into a millionaire. And that's it for today's video. I hope you now have a better understanding of just how valuable the 1980 P Mintmark Jefferson nickel can be. If you think you've found one of these rare coins, be sure to get it professionally evaluated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video about valuable coins and rare finds. We're diving deep into one of the most exciting coins in the numismatic world, the 1994 D Mintmark Jefferson nickel. This coin is not just another nickel you can find in your pocket change. It could be worth up to $1.3 million. That's right, a Jefferson nickel from 1994 with a D Mintmark could be sitting in your collection right now, waiting to make you a fortune. Let's take a closer look at why this coin is so valuable and how you can spot one. First, let's talk about the history of the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and has seen a variety of changes throughout the years, with different designs and mintages. The 1994 Mintmark coin was struck by the Denver Mint and was part of the ongoing series that honored President Thomas Jefferson. But what makes the 1994 special is that it wasn't just any ordinary nickel. It has become one of the rarest coins for collectors due to certain errors that occurred during production. So, what makes the 1994 Mintmark Jefferson nickel worth such a huge amount? While most 1994 nickels are worth their face value of just 5 cents, a small number of these coins were produced with significant errors. These errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing elements on the coin's design, have caused some of these nickels to skyrocket in value. If you happen to find a 1994 Jefferson nickel with one of these rare errors, it could easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In extreme cases, such as with one nickel that was recently auctioned off, the price reached $1.30 million. Now, you may be wondering how to spot one of these rare coins. While most 1994 Jefferson nickels are fairly common, the key is to look for the specific error varieties. Here are some things to look out for. One of the most sought-after errors in coins is the double die, where the die was misaligned, causing a doubling of the image. Look closely at the date and the lettering on the obverse front of the coin. If you see any distortion or doubling, you may have a coin worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Another error that increases value is when the coin wasn't properly centered during the striking process. This causes part of the design to be missing or off-center. If you come across a 1994 nickel that's off-center, make sure to check its alignment and edges closely. Occasionally, nickels were struck without certain design elements. For example, missing details on Jefferson's portrait or the Monticello building on the reverse side can greatly increase the coin's rarity and therefore its value. So, how much are these error coins actually worth? Well, the value of a 1994 Jefferson nickel can vary widely depending on the type of error and its condition. Most of these coins will be worth around $1 to $3 if they are in typical, uncirculated condition without any errors. However, once you spot an error like a double die or an off-center strike, the value can easily jump into the hundreds or even thousands. The highest value for a 1994 Jefferson nickel was reported when a rare error nickel was sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. This rare coin, which had a significant double die error, was in perfect condition and was highly sought after by collectors. It's proof that a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a priceless treasure when the right error occurs. If you think you have found a valuable 1994 Mintmark Jefferson nickel, it's important to know where to sell it. Your best option is to contact a reputable coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. You can also try auction houses like Heritage Auctions or eBay, where collectors actively bid on high-value coins. Be sure to get your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, to ensure you get the highest possible price for it. So, to sum it up, while the 1994 Mintmark Jefferson nickel may seem like just another nickel to most people, if you're lucky enough to find one with an error, it could be worth up to $1.3 million. Make sure to check your change, go through your coin collection, and keep an eye out for those rare error varieties. A small coin could potentially lead to a huge payday. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this information helpful, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more tips on valuable coins that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and let us know what you're hoping to find next. We're diving deep into the world of the 1981 Mintmark Jefferson nickel, a coin that's been making headlines for its incredible market value. You might just have one of these rare gems hiding in your pocket change, worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Stick around as we explore what makes this coin so special and how you can identify one that could change your financial future. Let's take a step back and talk about the Jefferson nickel. First minted in 1938, This coin is a staple in American coinage. The 1981 version is part of the ongoing series, featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. This is a coin you've likely seen plenty of times throughout your life. But did you know that some of them are worth far more than their face value? That's right, some 1981 Mintmark Jefferson Nickels are worth up to $1.50 million. So, how does this happen? Well, it's all about rarity, era coins, and the conditions these coins were in when they were struck. While the standard 1981 Jefferson nickel might not catch your eye, there are specific characteristics that can turn this seemingly ordinary coin into a rare treasure. So, what makes the 1981 Mintmark Jefferson nickel worth so much money? It all comes down to a rare error that makes these nickels exceptionally valuable to collectors. Back in 1981, there was a mistake during the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint. Some of these nickels were struck with a weak or misaligned strike, creating unusual characteristics that make them stand out. One of the most significant errors that increase the value of these coins is the double die obverse error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin doesn't align properly, resulting in a doubling effect of the image. In the case of the 1981 Jefferson nickel, this means that the features on the obverse, such as Jefferson's face, the date, and the lettering, are all slightly doubled. This subtle but noticeable difference makes these coins rare and highly sought after by collectors. In addition to the double die obverse error, there have been reports of other minting flaws that increase the coin's value. Coins with clear signs of this error, especially in well-preserved condition, are valued in the market for thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. First, check the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. It will have a P for Philadelphia. If your coin is a 1981 P and has any of the following errors, it could be worth a lot more than just 5 cents. Examine the date and the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. Look closely for any doubling in the lettering or the features of Jefferson's face. The doubling effect will appear as a slight shadow or extra set of details alongside the normal features. Turn the coin over and look at the Monticello building. If there's a noticeable shift in the design or a doubling effect, your coin could be a valuable error coin. The value of these coins is heavily influenced by their condition. Coins that are in excellent or mint condition will fetch a much higher price. Coins with little to no wear, strong details, and no corrosion are in higher demand. Now, let's talk about why these coins are so desirable. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for rare and unique coins. The 1981 Mintmark Jefferson nickel is an incredible find because of its historical significance, rarity, and the fact that it's a part of the Jefferson nickel series, which is already popular among collectors. The combination of the error and the coin's status within American coinage makes it a prime target for serious collectors. Add to that the fact that only a few of these era coins have survived in good condition, and you've got a recipe for a coin that can sell for upwards of $1.50 million. If you think you might have a 1981 Jefferson nickel worth a fortune, you might be wondering where you can sell it. Well, there are several ways to go about it. One of the best places to sell rare coins is at a specialized coin auction. Top auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and others hold regular events where rare coins are sold for top dollar. Some coin dealers specialize in rare era coins and may be interested in purchasing your valuable 1981 Jefferson nickel. However, it's important to do your research and get multiple appraisals to ensure you're getting the best price. If you want to try selling your coin online, platforms like eBay can be an option. Just make sure to clearly show the coin's features and any errors it may have to attract the right buyers. The 1981 Mintmark Jefferson nickel is a rare and valuable coin that could be worth a staggering $1.5 million, especially if it has the elusive double die obverse error. If you happen to have one of these in your collection, it's worth getting it professionally appraised to find out just how much it's worth. So, keep checking your pocket change, search through your coin jar, and look for these rare treasures. Who knows, you might just find yourself holding a coin that will make you a millionaire. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content about rare coins and collectibles.